What did I meet you?
General, yes, got 10 games after 20 games I bought this season domestically. I think say 2 games we are not conceded back, but some 33 goals in those 20 games. So yeah, I'm attacking offensively or firepower, not defensively quite stronger. Utimi stay in the league now. Quickly on the screen, yeah, analyzing the game because so between Asante Kotoko, Prosper Ogum Doctor staying true to the 4-3-3. Little changes, make here some 3 changes, a power replace Ganiu, Medford Lamptey, Abba back, and a man can also so about back, Bebe Shemu. So the 4-3-3 has been very much consistent this season. Bibiani Gold Stars, so a game no more maintaining that double pivot in a 4-2-3-1 with Owusu, the very strong striker already on my line, and I'm the back Kumase, but this guy had no shot on target as a lead man for Bibiani Gold Stars. Quickly, the 4-3-3 and I was screen by default before kickoff. Once the shape and usually what you need to analyze and they say the 4-3-3 no one narrow method meaning say fullbacks a very much consistent in offensive tricks and a B and I was screen one time who said the variations were very much in shape. 2 strikers in the box room. The supporting cast Mankona and it Lamptey pushy 2 strikers in the box room and usually defense of Bibiani Gold Stars no many cohesive. Usually once the chances of modern market to kono nemu be defensive organization was really lacking, lack of cohesiveness, communication. You have 8 defenders in the box, but none of them any dealing with the second ball. Second ball Kotoko those chances from where about 5 or so. So the first ball will be dealt with. The movement of the goalkeeper. Now talk about the position of these 2 players for Asante Kotoko, Meka Agadas and the Richmond Lamptey. And then talk about the movement of this goalkeeper. Opieba so be sevi ball no but general from the other side of it. Zombi Busa say defense ben na Bibiani Gold Stars Diba Kumase. Is it a zonal marking? Is it a man marking? But for this evidence on your screen, this is the hybrid, the combination of the 2, zonal and then the man marking. But none of it and but the exit of the goalkeeper from the line also and yet timed. So by an Sankabono, but even though Nesankabo no man consider, but going forward, or consider from set situations, the movement should be timed. So a goalkeeper now up or improve it all the time. And this is how Kotoko created a lot of the chances within the back. Now let's talk about this particular situation. We felt say initially it was a penalty, but the referee got it so right. Upon Infege, that tassel and your penalty. Clearly, once Infege was soft and going down, and you see, sir, the referee was a bit closer to the situation, and Infege dive. But when you look at football is a repetitive action right from here. Upon Infege, but this time in the defensive third
of for you. Yeah. Gold Stars appeal.
Upon Gold Stars, yes.
We had 2 appeal on the pitch.
Okay, sure. So upon for Gold Stars and Infege now. Offensive third and this time I feel say about got down because in Fege Etason so hard or tackle on the shirt and getting entry into the area in Fege and Janimoa to sell Mura area or Buton so would that have an intention of even going for the ball? So Bono almost a pound process for Bibiani Gold Stars, but getting entry now in Fege bread chirikakra and also so but take this away and there were certain chances and also to see and one of them no man can also rub box who's a defender not can but let's talk about certain chances. Richmond Lamptey given large vacuum in midfield. Ujani say a general not just or game no diamond and he had a chance to this ball or set it up Imoro Ibrahim from the down flank and who say Akenechuo Obiaman and Sasso and that is a player friend is Mbella. But talk about the 3 players. In Fege at this point, I get entry into the area and nobody absolutely any deal with. I told you about the goalkeeper. Exit the timing, he should be really be working on that. Second ball no Jaima in Fege and in Fege opposition or right at the penalty spot. That was the first goal for Asante Kotoko. Defensively, they were not in shape. Bibiani Gold Stars, they were not organized. Nobody blocks the ball. Beyond block ball and inside the area, nobody dealt with the second ball. So in Fege had the second goal. Let's talk about the other goal and they lost possession right in midfield. So Lamptey again, the main orchestrator for Asante Kotoko. When you are born and send in Bella through. And this, I'll tell you something about this general. One-on-one situations and how Michael Enu was so weak without even a touch, no Atiashi. And the second other partner, Swababi, free game. And Mbella had the chance to set up this big space for Mfege, so kind of second goal, making it a brace on the day and of setting up this chance. It was nice. The goalkeeper didn't come because defense was exposed to But talk about something, the high line of Bibiani Gold Stars. Why would you go on a high line? Wow, sir. Or last man in the block and man marking. It's really wrong shape. But this is how Bibiani Gold Stars conceded. My own good friend, Coach Michael, said would have to work on this when going forward if Opasoka season anymore. So the second goal was being set up by Bella and Mfege Ebekashemo. The third goal, the main disorganization for Bibiani Gold Stars in defensive transitions. How coherent and this another foul no esiwaha, and it got many arguments around the stadium. So talk about the foul in between two players for Bibiani Gold Stars. Lamptey had access to the ball foul quickly. I don't know who says so on Matt Bonico, but clearly the ball was rolling. No situations we don't tell who be brave. But apart from some ball rolling in general, let's talk about something. The disorganization of Bibiani Gold Stars, giving a big space to this player, guessing in Japan, so on ball no advantage. And I think they were not much organized on the day. They gave a lot of chances. And at this point, to me, I give a ball not a rolling and I say clearly the ball was a bit moving, but the organization of the back line, and this is another situation. We lose to ball right in midfield general, and they set up this particular chance. But it was a ball shoulder to say that they now could fear say shoulder no honor a ball on Saturday said the honor and penalty. And clearly, referee for us also in this right. But let's talk about this defensive disorganization once more. 4-3-3 Bibiani Gold Stars. But talk about the centre back or monitor Lamptey movement. Obaka could say Lamptey home, Aqua could share the Pamians and he said without thinking about where Lamptey is. So Aqua can the Pamians and home making it very at that particular area. But Lamptey is picking up a very vital space within the Bibiani Gold Stars defense. And at this point, Michael Enu, the last centre back or try so back or blocking about general. Unfortunately, and also then inside inside the area. Who else? And Bella and Ebeka Bono edition right from the 12-yard spot on my General Kotoko Enya or more or that goal. No. So clearly, once a Bono ball Enunsa and was stretching inside beyond the natural body. Bella had to change the position by the other penalties eto and this goal at the man Kotoko Eka. But general, the other goals so this is how they also happened. They kept losing the ball in situations and at this point in Bella and the general but Ubebusa so coach our here or coach at the lead one of the best goals domestically I'll be who this season any ball we say it's 1-on-1 with a striker. Goalkeeper ni Pierre Kohenfa. It's another technical question. 1-on-1 situations, why would you exit your line at this point? So in decisions, be brain, to be Bibiani Gold Stars defense, the general, I'm consider this goal. So you are thinking about a striker or movie with one defender closing him, but you analyze to find out, say this goalkeeper, general, and here fan at this point, Oko. I am talking about Owusu and we're exiting the line. And tell me, one of the best goals of this season, Ubehu and Enra Yehu Baba Yara Sports Stadium, making it the 5th goal. But the timing of that ball, general, say if you know should be a goalkeeper, no, on your first touch, Okocha is really developing into one of the top strikers. And I think he got this goal on target by virtue of the knowledge of the goalkeeper's movement. Any centre back now went to be closing in terminal, and that was the 5th goal, general. Now me had much. I fetch me, but Kodoma.
Why me answer goal, no?
Go no, Abba.
Domain crew.
No, domain crew. They me do coach na general.
Chana me go domain crew.
Okay.
Okay. Inti the infa and also NC high. Pamcho.